in that sense. So you're gaslighting your mom as she shows up by using the fact that the kids aren't around anymore. See, I told you that the kids had autism. That's telling me that you wanted to use them as you are wanted to and are using autism as an excuse in all of this, and you've got no right to. The only reason that these fucking morons think that Jack and Lily have autism is because the alternative they don't want to admit to. So they're choosing autism to make themselves look better, as opposed to the children's developmental delays being associated with severe neglect, which is exactly what it is in this situation attributed to. You can see it on your screen. Makes me mad. So it goes to show you that there's a certain level of deception going on by way of Malaya, Brooks Murray. That's why I have zero fucking sympathy for this biatch. Hear that, Cheryl? Zero. Fuck you. Here you go again. Here you guys go again, blaming the kids for whatever is making you look bad. I can't wait to take a look inside that goddamn RV. Let me in there. I'm expecting there to be shit and feces on the walls, sulfur burning. Yeah, Mr. Hemi, you think that she was overwhelmed trying to keep the story straight? It's not too difficult getting at each other's throats when you live in fucking hell. Take a look at your environment. Take a look at the environment you're living in. It's like living in squalor. It's choosing to live in a fucking garbage bag. It's like living in the cafeteria at a high school after a food fight and not cleaning up. Geez, I wonder what was affecting their mental health. Why don't you try picking up a goddamn mop? How about a little Windex and clean the fucking smoke off the windows in the front yard, you bitch? And that goes for both of you. Oh, don't worry. Here comes Children's Aid again. Yeah, we've got some appointments. We've got appointments to take these kids to. We're worried about our kids having autism due to their significant developmental delays at this point in time. Well, that's the next steps. You're going to have to go through the processes, which involves making an appointment with a specific specialist. And the waiting list for that is years long, unless you've got the money to pay. So if you've got $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000, you might be able to get an appointment the next few months to get a diagnosis. Should that be the case, you could spend $6,000 and $7,000 and have the doctor say that your child isn't autistic. And what's going to happen when they say that to you? You're going to insist on spending another $7,000? No. The point is Malaya is actively lying to her own family in all of this. And there's an example of it in the paperwork. They're already used to it. They live with Malaya. They've put up with their lying for years on end. It doesn't change anything for them. They're still related. You can't lie yourself to not being related to them anymore. So sometimes people just tolerate it. It makes the relationships much more complicated, complex, and stressed. Vivalda Griffin, thank you very much for that super sticker, darling. Fucking assholes. Now, This small statement right here. When she came outside after waking up again, she saw Malaya standing at the rock pile holding Meadow. Malaya said Jack and Lily were missing for about 20 minutes and she had called 911. That spastic Janie got her coats and boots and walked around looking for them. Daniel was searching for them. Her brother called again at around 10:19 a.m. Why? After all of this had happened. See all of this? This is just, that line just is telling you that Janie's getting into storytelling. Now, all of what happened, you guys don't even know what is going on yet. You can't find the kids. And that's it? You can't find the kids? That's where you guys get off this? Don't know what else happened? They just went missing. Kapoof. So why would your brother call back at 10:19 a.m. if you said that you're going back to bed? Oh, I'm fucking tired. I'm going back to bed. I'm not going into town today. There's something else that's affecting her day, and it happened from the night before. Was it because that she was up knocking the boots with Darren Geddes? Was she up, engaged in online poker? Who knows at this point in time? Keep it open. Malaya called her mother, who came into the house. When her mother arrived, Malaya talked to her and said, I told you they had autism. This is according to Janie. She was there to hear this. Family members started to show up. One of her brothers went to get an ATV and they continued searching. Janie said for the rest of Friday, she searched for the kids with her family members in a bush that you knew that there was no possibility of the kids wandering into. You were still out there searching. Oh my God, why? Why? You never believed that the kids could have wandered in there in the first place. You spend the next several months telling the world how that would be impossible from your perspective. Especially when all of the searchers are starting to show up. Get the hell out of here. Like, even think about how ludicrous that is. You're going to continue to search aimlessly in an area that you know the kids couldn't have possibly wandered to. Something else happened, and that deserves your focus. And your focus should be elsewhere rather than making it look like, endlessly searching in the dense bush to make it look like the kids are out there somewhere for the next, 2 weeks? That's how he was portraying it. It's nonsense. You didn't have to search more than 10 minutes. If your kids aren't there, something else had happened. Something else is going on. You being out in that bush isn't going to change anything. You running around and getting high on your supply, your Tina, your crystal, your jib. You left Malaya back at the house and you let her deal with everything with this bullshit nonsense story that you put in their heads. But you're an active participant in all of this. Because you claim that you were looking after the kids last. You claim to be the last person to be interacting with the children the Thursday before, the day before, all those hours before. A kid who needs a new pull-up every few hours. He's 4 years old. He's going to be pissing in that thing all the time. And it'll fill up faster. Janie provided some background information. She was concerned about the timeline because there was no way the kids could have walked from the yard up to the road where Daniel was in the vehicle without her seeing them. Janie said when the kids were in the yard, she usually watched them the most. Personal information redacted there. She said the kids were in school Monday and Tuesday because the bus picked them up right outside their house. Wednesday was an in-service day and they were home. Of course you can be poor and clean. Most of us never stop cleaning. I need to clean more. But it seems like I never stop fucking cleaning. It drives me nuts. First thing when I get money is I'm going to buy a house cleaner. Bonza Ozzy Sheila says, Miss K, I live in town, tweakers everywhere, sirens all the time. I'm envious of what these germs have. I'd love to live in out in nature. There's always the outback.
I choose being played for something that I had nothing to do with.
Beep. What is that noise? Beep. I can do it just like Janie. Beep. Oh, fuck. She's just unconsolable. Can't you tell? She's unconsolable, my friends. What does that sound like? It sounds like an animal. Like a sea lion. A sea lion or a walrus.
Thank you.
You guys, I want to run something by you guys.
Now, if there's any more questions, please ask them now because I'm not staying on here much longer, so get this over with.
Oh, well, right on, little miss. Were you a cheerleader? Oh, shit. Let's get this over with. I'm not standing out. I'm not doing this much longer. Jesus Christ. God, she's such a pleasant person. You know, in a way, you can look at it like this, because if no matter how bad your day was, no matter how shitty or how long or monotonous, you can always go and listen to a clip of Janie and know that there's somebody out there having a worse day than you just simply by existing. She is always pissed off. And that's by choice. There's no cheering up if you're Janie. Janie having a laugh? Good luck. Janie's got to get fucking 3 sheets to the wind before she starts laughing. And usually it's more like the Joker. It's a lunatic laugh. She just laughs into a smoky mirror because she's nuts. She's looking for some fucking toy dolls to rip the heads off of.
I am fighting to see my grandchildren. I've already got in the process of trying to see my 2 oldest. And as I said, I'll fight tooth and nail to see my grandchildren. Nobody's going to stop me.
Good luck with that. I'm going to fight tooth and nail. Well, that was tough. That didn't take much. How did that fight go? No, you can't see them. Why? Because you're fucking crazy, bitch. Listen to yourself. Let's hear you. Speak up. What do you got to say for yourself?
The CPS is stopping me from seeing Meadow because they say it's an ongoing investigation.
Cut. She calls Children's Aid CPS number 1, and you're involved in all of this. She's calling them CPS. Oh, shit. So, they're not letting me see Meadow. So, Meadow to her in all of this, they're probably, I could see them bossing Malaya around in all of this. You know what I mean? Like, there's some real toxic environment going on here. You know, Malaya probably walked around with her. Not to mention she's still of that age, so there's no reason why she should be apart from her baby. Unless she's working. She's ready to go back to work, then she'd get into daycare. Wouldn't that be nice? Look about all the fucking time you guys have. Not anymore, though. You guys fucked it up. You guys are so ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. I'll never get past the 2-week Facebook dating, and you moved him in after 2 weeks. And Danny moved in after 2 weeks. No wonder. So, Patty and her grandma live together. Patty and her grandma are different people, right? Grandma's the one that told the Globe about how abusive Daniel was to Malaya and that whole forcible confinement thing. and cutting her off from her lifelines in that sense. You're saying they're not different people? I thought they were different people. I can't remember. Patty is the grandma? Okay, time. So it's just Patty. It's not Patty and another person. I gotta go. I'm just thinking back to that article. Sometimes I get confused. That's fine. Connie is the one I'm thinking of. Oh, Connie is one grandma and Patty is the other grandma. Okay, so I am kind of right. I'm just all fucked up. I get it. Thank you, Half Moon. Don't forget DM's children said they saw DM abuse Jack and Lily. That as well. These are the things. It seems to be fairly out in the open. So it still comes back is trying to get Malaya to do anything and act on something is very, very difficult. The fact that she knew Daniel was an active daily abuser of this particular substance the day she went in to be induced with Meadow, according to her, is her admitting really to abusing her children from that point on. So why wouldn't you change your situation from that point forward? She continued to put up with it. There was no talk of any plans of him going into rehab or quitting his habit. It's just when she says that she discovered how bad it was. I wonder how that story goes. And Janie, I bet you if you asked Jamie about all of this stuff, she'd just be in utter denial. Pretend that it wasn't true. What else does she pretend that isn't true and is true? She does a lot of pretending, doesn't she? Right, Danny? Oh, Danny boy. What did you do?
I think it's the mother of the two other grandchildren that aren't letting me see them, but I'm taking court action to start starting in the process of seeing them. Starting to hopefully see them. I told the truth, and I will not stop telling the truth until Jack and Lily are found.
No.
And my story will not change because I told you exactly the same thing as I told in my interview. I'm sorry, guys. I just need a little bit of a break from this. If there's any other questions you'd like me to answer, I can answer them now. But please, one at a time, like before. I like to do it before because everybody shoots me so many questions that I don't have time to answer them all at once because my brain is just going around here. So one question at a time if you want answers. Okay, a lady dropped posters off to me day before yesterday. I haven't had a chance to get out to put any